go. I love those horns. I love the horns at the start in that song. It's so cool. That's the March Deliverance song from Fire Emblem Echo Shadow Valentia. It got reused in Smash, which is why it showed up as from the Smash soundtrack. Which is a great game. I feel like I rave about Fire Emblem quite a lot on this stream, but Fire Emblem rules. Shadows of Valentia is a really great, really late period 3DS game. It would be really cool if they ported that to Switch. I don't think they will, because I don't think they have much interest in porting many 3DS games over. Maybe Switch 2 with a graphical reboot. Be cool. Anyway, but we're not talking about Fire Emblem today. Welcome to the stream. How are you all doing today on this Saturday, the 20th of... Oh, I didn't even realise it was 420 today. That's funny. I didn't even put that together. That would have been... We should have done something really weird and stonery. Not that we really got stoned on stream. That would have been... It's not something I do. So that would have been weird. So maybe it isn't. But then we didn't do that. But yeah, happy 420, I guess, if you celebrate that sort of thing. Us, meanwhile, we are going to be playing some more Pentiment. So this is the RPG murder mystery detective game that we started last week. So this game is set in Bavaria in the in 1518, as you can see on the thing. And we are going to solve a murder. There has been a murder committed, a murder most foul, and we are going to find out who hath done it, hath committed it. Let's go. I will read I think there should be a recap in the diary, which we'll read aloud, just for the sake of catching up for both anyone watching who's new and also for myself. Currently we are gathering evidence. Right, I think I might have to go back. Never mind. So, the Baron and the Nun. Mother Cecilia reacted poorly to the Baron's appearance at the Abbey. Could she have something to do with his murder? I should find out what the history is. She's usually either in the Priory's room in the convent. Occult hands. I need to figure out the meaning of the cipher Frenek wrote in the scriptorium. He used a Volvo while writing it, and took it with him. He can't keep it in his robes all the time. Can he? Prior Frenek has been acting strangely since the Baron arrived. I should talk to him to find out if there was something going on between them. He's usually in the scriptorium, the abbot's house, or the prior's house. The widow's curse. I talked to the widow Companion about Lorenz Rothvogel. Well, I tried to, but she only wanted to say that she was glad he died and hoped the abbot was next. I won't be able to get any more information out of her unless I help her around the house, it seems. After helping Ottilia, she admitted that she hated the Baron for what he did to her husband, Rannig. Apparently, Lorenz beat Rannig so severely that he walked with a cane for the rest of his life. The widow believes the injuries ultimately killed old Rannig. She also claims that she's not strong enough to kill the Baron. Ottilia Kemperin cursed the Baron when we were walking through the meadow. I need to find out why she hated him so much. The widow's house is next to Franz Bowers. Nope, wrong thing. I need to figure out the meaning of the cipher for it. Okay, that's what we just read. Still getting used to this. I spoke with Lucky and he was evasive about his relationship with the Baron. I should follow him to see if I can find out anything more. I should talk with Lucky to find out what he was arguing about with the Baron, usually working next to his house north of the Commons. The Archdeacon's investigation. The Baron's man, Miklaus, has departed to Innsbruck to request the presence of the Most Reverend Jacob Estler, Archdeacon of Freising. He will be gathering evidence about the murder and interrogating those of us who might have information. Brother Florian completed the examination of the Baron's body without me and said he was unable to determine a definitive cause of death. However, he did find a cryptic note tucked away in his clothing. Do we have that note? No. Anyway. So we should probably... Just going to look at the map quickly. Because I think we should go to the Abbey, and I think we should speak to Cecilia. But there's also lots of other investigations we can do. Alright, this isn't the way to the Abbey. Wow, that was a good place to pause. God be with you, Andreas. I want to go to the meadow, because that's where it leads up. Hello there, Master Mailer. Hello, Till. Bumped into any ghosts lately? No, not since we last spoke. Good, good. Have we seen a nicer view? Don't get me sights like this in the city, I expect. Can't say that Nuremberg has many Roman ruins, no. Oh yes, Tossing is quite full of them. Quite the marvels they are. I don't pay much mind to the writing on them, as I can't read Latin myself, but you might enjoy giving them a look. If you do, you'll have to tell me if they match the old legends I read about. What sort of old legends? Well, when Father Matthias was abbot, he would let me borrow books from the Abbey's library. I think I read about half of that library before Father Jeannot became abbot. He and Father Thomas are strict about which books should be read now. Books should glorify God, they say, not discuss the old pagan ways. Still, the accounts of Romans and Tassing are my favourite. The old book talked about how the Roman knight Gaius Metellus defeated the Reti, I think? Heavy snowfall had him caught in this very valley. Barbarians still sighed when Mars sent a wolf to the knights. Instead of killing the beast, Gaius followed it to a magical spring with trees covered in all sorts of fruit. Mars provided the wolf in the spring, and Gaius Metellus founded Tassing after defeating the barbarians to honour Mars. That's where all this came from. Sounds like the story Brother Maffeo says about St. Moritz, without the Roman gods, of course. I'm surprised Kissing has any record of Tassing while St. Moritz arrived. Good story, if nothing else. I'm gonna say that. The Lord let Nas speak to Balaam Master Mailer, and Christ drove a demon into a herd of pigs. Am I to believe the miracles of the word of God, and not that a spirit could guide a wolf? I suppose you're right. Spirits are vampires. We're protected by the spirits now anyhow. Still, I enjoy the story all the same. It's nice to feel you're connected to those who came before you, even if it's only by the land you live on. Wise words, I feel the same. It's been good chatting with you, Master Mailer, but I better get back to work. Let me know if you find any particularly good books in that library, alright? Do you know anything about a murder? No? Okay, cool. Into the convent garden. Okay, just to say, and I didn't say it at the start, and I meant to, this game has some strong language, it has some strong gore and violence, and possibly some dark religious themes, so just be mindful of that. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I need to talk to you about the Baron. How you walked away with the sisters when he arrived. Given that the Baron was just murdered, because of red text, it seems worth inquiring about the case, about the cause. Why? Do you not trust in the abbot's judgment? It's not the I think we should use our legal expertise to answer that. All too true, but you must proceed carefully in your inquiries. The abbot does not want anything to interfere with the Archdeacon's investigation. That includes you. Burn. Then help me. Help you what? Blame someone else for the murder? You know that Piero didn't murder the Baron. It had to be someone else. I will not condemn someone else to death. Condemnation is for the Archdeacon and God, not us. There is no sin in us bringing truth to light. In doing nothing, you're allowing Brother Piero to die. Is that any better? Wow, that was a weird noise. Let's go for the logician. I am simply a nun. Why do you think I can help you? You know what happened at the table better than anyone else? I saw how you reacted when the Baron arrived. You must know something about what's going on. I think she won't respond well to that second one, so I'm going to go for the first one. Better than the abbot? The abbot sees only the brother's side. You need to watch over the sisters. I know what's happening with the brothers. Makes sense. True. Alright. I did have reason to be concerned about Baron Rothvogel's presence. The Baron caused irreparable harm to one of the sisters on his last visit. The damage was severe enough that she said she had to leave us for some time. What kind of harm? Irreparable. That is why I removed the sisters from his presence as soon as I could. Are there any who may have wanted revenge? I cannot know what is in a person's heart, Andreas. Can I at least speak to the sister who was harmed? No, Andreas, I don't think that would be appropriate. Doesn't help me if I don't know what happened to or whom. I'll say nothing. I kind of feel like I have to, or else this isn't going to move forward. I understand this is less information you likely wanted, but I do not think I can tell you any more in good conscience. Trust me when I say that the victim of this incident could not have killed the Baron. Maybe more than that. Are there any records on her? Or what happened? Yes, we keep records on all the sisters in the library. Not that it does you any good. You're not allowed. Could I ask Sister Illuminata to see them? She won't give them to you. My records aren't available for outsiders to look through. Sister Illuminata told me there's a secret entrance into the library. Oh! And do you know where it is? Yes, the entrance is somewhere in the crypt. Why would you think that? The entrance to the library from the scriptorium is 123 feet from the church tower. That's ridiculous. You just made that up. Nuremberg feet specifically. Anyway, why would that tell you where the entrance to the library is? The crypt does not run parallel to the church, but 10 degrees off. Maths. And the far end of the crypt is 135 feet from the entrance. This would put it directly underneath the library itself. And since no one ever sees Sister Illuminata or Znedna entering or leaving, that is the only reasonable explanation. Andreas, you nerd. I suppose you think you're quite clever. Well, I mean, yes. Don't try it. You'll be caught and you'd be lucky if the abbot only banished you from the abbey until Judgment Day. God, it's a long time till Terminator 2 comes out. We'll see. Thank you for your help. You're probably right. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. May God bless you, Andreas Mela. Irreparable harm. Let's take it to the library. Let's see if we can do that. Right, so where is the library on the map? Oh yeah, it's just above the scriptorium. So you have to go for the crypt. So we can go through the dormitory to get to the church and then get to the crypt from there. Cool. Oh, this is the wrong entrance. Investigate. Lovely relief of the Virgin and Child. Shame it's hidden down here. Poke. Poke. No, that's nothing special. That was it! Now what? Into the library. This is maybe the library right now. I need to wait till compline. Yeah, we'll just leave the secret entrance open. That's cool. Right, so in that case, we should probably go and speak to Phrenic. Who is not in the scriptorium? The abbot's house or the prior's house? There you up. That's his thing. What's this? A Volvel? I've seen these before, in astronomy and medical tracks. What's this one for? 2 wheels, the top wheel has Greek letters and holes cut out to reveal Latin letters underneath. And the outer edge of the lower wheel is divided into 4 sections, each bearing an elemental symbol. Greek, Latin, and elemental symbols. It's obvious someone with occult interests fashioned this. Ah, quarter turn of the symbol of the upper disc aligns a different elemental symbol with the top of the lower disc. Given the number of letters on the sides of the discs, there's enough space for a total of 4 versions of the Latin alphabet. This must relate to the Greek letters I found in Phrenic's book. I need to compare them. But these symbols aren't the same. The elements don't appear in the cipher, and the astrological symbols aren't on the Volvel. There has to be some connection between them that I'm missing. I found the secret passage in the crypt. There has to be a book in the library I could use to figure this out. Sure, later will be there most of the day. Perhaps I can find a way in after dark. If all else fails, perhaps I could ask Werner Stolz. He lives in the North Commons. I have a sense he doesn't like me much, but I'll find a way to get the information out of him. There are deep indentations in this parchment. Whoever wrote the page above it must have been angry. I wonder if I could make a charcoal rubbing of this page and reveal the content of the writing. Oh, I see the Baron's name. This is weird to do. This is... So basically I'm holding down A to sort of reveal it. Okay, that makes it a lot easier. Ah! Clear as an alpine day. It's a letter to the Baron from Prior Frenick. Sorry. My god! Lorenz was blackmailing Frank to get him to perform some kind of occult ritual. Ooh. Interesting. It's one thing to read books on magic, but few are foolish enough to attempt to actually practice what's written on them. Right, so where should we head off to now? We've got to wait till nightfall. I think we should go... I think we should go speak with Lucky. Nope. Wait, are the Druckers on the investigation list? No, it's... next house over. Yep, need to go up here into central town. God, I love the little designs on the book. Those are really cool. Anyway. He still isn't talking to us. Leave me be. He was not being forthright with me, and he seems eager to get away. If I wait here, maybe he'll leave and I can observe his actions. But should I do it now? It'll probably take a while. Follow Lucky now. Very subtle. Stand by him till he leaves and then just constantly follow him. Sure you won't notice at all. Oh dear, is something the matter with the Zimmerman's basin? Ah, nothing going on here, just having a rest. How are you doing? You're looking very well. Very healthy? Oh, you, such a flirt. Been taking a restorative made by a new doctor in town, Werner Stolz. Being a parent is terribly exhausting, you know. Ha! Of course you don't, but I'm sure you will someday. Nice man like you. Are the Gurtners feeding you enough? You're looking very thin. Oh, take some of this bread. That should perk you right up. Nothing like bread to fortify the spirit. I'm delivering it to Father Thomas. You know how the father loves his bread. He's quite the bread enthusiast. My favourite customer. Aha. Is that a fat joke? Because bread makes you fat. You should come by the bakery more often, Andreas. Anna would love to see you. So cute when she tries to steal her hat. I'd love to, but can we discuss another time? I have to, Oh, of course. Until later. He's getting away! Oh, Master Baylor. I hear you are finally at church. And it's not even Sunday. Afternoon. Have you seen Lucky? He's over by the churchyard somewhere, hefting stones. Why do you ask? Ah, oh, blooming like this again. Afternoon, Father Thomas. How's my favourite customer? Ah, Gret. You know I can't live without my rye. You're too kind. Please enjoy my best wishes. I should be off. Be well, you two. Oh, here's Lucky. Andreas was looking for you. I told you to leave me in peace. What are you doing here? Lucky, long time no see. How are you? Still angry? Still angry? Have you suffered an head injury in the last 10 minutes since we last spoke? Are you following me, Andreas? Say nothing. God damn it, Andreas. Don't play dumb with me. Oh, Lucky, leave the man be. You and I were talking about the church. All is well. Now tell me, how's my wall? Well, the damage is not difficult to repair. I can do it next week. And I can put the fallen stones back up now. That would be marvellous. I'm sure the lady would appreciate it too. But please don't risk yourself. Get some younger men to help you. Need a hand, Lucky? No, I can lift them all up by myself. I don't need no help. Afternoon, Father Thomas. Andreas. Cool. Great conversation. Lucky. See you soon. Don't work too hard, eh? Even at his age, Lucky is quite able. Only Big York can max his strength. Thank you for your labours, Lucky. Father Thomas might know where the men go fishing. If I ask him, he'll know I actually am following Lucky, which he could tell Lucky later. Lucky would be unhappy about that, especially since he already believes I'm following him. And it's not a good idea to get on the bad side of a man who's so strong. Even if I'm no slouch myself. Let's go around after Lucky. Oh, goodbye. Very unusual man. I'm glad they did that. Bug hunting action. Ultra dynamic gameplay. This should have been the E3 trailer. Good God, those poor fish. I suppose it's better than letting them suffer. I'm just gonna... Well, until later, Otto. Oh, he's putting flowers down for his dead wife? Bet the Baron had something to do with that. Tasting's old salt mine. How the town made money before the Imperial Road opened up. That's why Unchvilg, two innocents, both alike in dignity. That's strange. Are there two people who are buried here? Children, perhaps? Could they be Lucky's children? But why would they be buried outside the churchyard then? It's almost like someone was trying to hide them. Oh, and he left a note with the flowers. Remember the girl. One grave for two innocents. The red bird flies. Maidens. Chapter... Very similar to the other note I found, as well as the note Brother Florin found on the Baron's body. Someone was trying to lure Lucky to get to the chapter house to kill Baron Rothvirgel. It remains to be seen if he did. So it looks like we got a manipulator on our hands. Damn, I've lost Lucky. His grave does seem important to him, but could it be motive enough for him to kill the Wrens? I won't know until I figure out who's buried here. Well, better get a shovel. I should find someone to eat with. These urchins, they'll do. Hi. Alright, you're the miller's boy. What are you kids doing down here? Frogs? What was that? Frogs? We're not really looking for frogs. I am. Me too. Paul is just like, ah, oh, god damn it, I have to deal with these children. Ah. Here's you're outnumbered. Why don't you tell me what you're really up to? I don't want to get in trouble. We're in trouble? Not yet. Not with that attitude. Right? I'm not your father or your father. I can't tell you what to do. We're throwing rocks! Hell yeah! But rocks down the hole! You're throwing rocks in the old mine? Maybe. It's just, they fall for a very long way, and if you lie on the edge, you can hear them go ding all the way down. I've thrown 100 rocks. It's really not that many. But it's not that many. I feel like I probably shouldn't encourage these children. What do you think is at the bottom? Rocks! I mean, you're not wrong. Aside from the rocks. So, Dad says the dead guys ate it. He means the Romans. They built the salt mine, the aqueduct too. But aside from that, what have the Romans ever done for us? The aqueduct, the Imperial Road, and many other things besides. Seems the town is riddled with Roman building projects. Tell about the treasure. Oh, right, there's something shiny at the bottom. It's what we want to hit with the rocks. Classic children logic. Could be old Roman coins. Oh, I hoped it might be Groshen. Or Gulden. The treasure. We should get it. I like where your head's at, Bert. Your dad won't like it, Bert. You gonna tell Andreas? No. Treasure will be our secret. Yes! Thank you, Master Mailer. Until later. Bye! Hey up! What's going on here? Eek. Hi, Andreas. Veronica, no! He can see us! Afternoon, girls. Do you here for a swim too? We don't do much swimming in Nuremberg. In fact, never learned to. I don't think Franz or Johann would appreciate me joining it. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Heh, probably not. Oh my god, don't invite him in. Don't worry, Bridget, he won't do anything weird. You won't do anything weird, right? Too late. I was out for a walk, didn't even know you two were here. Well, we are. And you shouldn't be. We should be getting back for dinner, actually. Mum will be wondering where I am. I'm not getting out with him here. Oh, I see our dilemma. I'll go. It's fine. It's not. Franz is going to be so mad. Have a good dinner, Andreas. Morning, Andreas. Let's see if there's a good place we can have lunch. Possibly the Alban Bakery might be the best spot. Might get some info from, what's her face? Gret, that was it. Andreas, such a pleasure to see you. And looking so handsome as always. Back for more of my rye? Dear Gret, you know I can't stay away from your rye. Andreas, I was just passing by, I thought I'd just say hello. Now I must say goodbye. Aren't you a good man? Well, you're always welcome here, Andreas. And welcome to my rye. Be well. I was hoping to get some lunch. God bless you, Andreas. Do you have dinner plans? I would like to have you at our table. It's very kind. Father Thomas will be joining as well. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts for which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen, 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 etc. Thank you for joining us, Father Thomas. It is an honour to have you at our table. Oh, please, Ulrich, there is no need to stand on ceremony. You know I enjoy sharing a meal with you and your family. Especially when Gret serves her rye. God bless you, Father. You're too kind. How has Peter been lately, Andreas? Fine, as far as I can tell. Surprised to hear that. Between the miller and the abbot's taxes, the peasants are in a hard place. More than a few of the families are having difficulty paying their bills. I can offer them credit, but I worry about the town's future, and times are so hard for them. The Gertners are struggling to pay their taxes since the abbot raised them. It's made more difficult because the abbot won't allow them to pay in kind with their crops. Between the abbot's taxes and Leonhardt's fees at the mill, they're struggling. Personal time! Even if I give them some relief, I must provide it joyfully. You have a kind heart, Ulrich. Perhaps too kind, although I do love that about you. Should this really be your concern, Ulrich? If the peasants are unhappy with their taxes or the miller's fee, they can propose a change. Well, under Bavarian law, they would have no ground. It would amount to little more than a complaint with legal weight. Well, I suppose that's true. Well, in any case, is the miller not entitled to recompense for his labours? Is the abbot not entitled to raise taxes as the rightful lord of the land? This is the way it has always been. It will always be. Leonhardt takes more than is fair. His behaviour is not Christ-like. And will you be the one to judge him, Ulrich Orban? Will you judge the abbot as well? Fresh pottage. This is no matter to tease about. The peasants are suffering. The causes are plain to see. Your concern is admirable, Ulrich, but take care in how you speak about this. May I suggest that you speak to the peasant's behalf? Don't make accusations, but share your concerns. I have not found him to be an unreasonable man. With all respect, Father, I have been dealing with Leonhard Muller and his father for over 20 years. I know the characters of Muller men. Kindness and reason are not in their nature. Sorry. Yawn, don't know where that came from. God's love is within all of us, Ulrich, even Leonhard Muller. Andreas, don't you think Ulrich should try reasoning of him? Past interactions have not yielded fruit. It is reasonable to assume there is little point to further appeals along the same line. That's what I'm saying. Come now. We must always have hope for our fellow man. I have faith in Christ and love for Leonhard. Hope for him is more than I can muster at this moment, Father. Oh, did I mention that Sister Matilda came by today to buy bread for the sisters? No, but that's interesting. She had a dark cloud over her. I think the Baron's death has upset many of the brothers and sisters in the Abbey. I can only imagine. A murder that violent, especially of a nobleman. Sister Matilda seems so strong. I don't think I've seen her like this before. Do you speak to her often? Yes, when she comes to buy bread. The Abbey can make some of their own, but we provide the rest. She walks that Bohemian monk, Brother Welsh-Slav. He makes her laugh. Oh, my heart, that's lovely. It's not appropriate. But Father, surely friendship between a brother and a sister united in Christ is all right, isn't it? Not if they're sworn to celibacy, no. Troubling. Perhaps I should speak to Father Chino about it. Well, that was an excellent meal, Gret. Thank you so much for inviting me into your home. Of course, Father. We're always honoured to have you. As you say, I suppose. Well, I should get back to the counter. The beer and ladies will be here for their bread soon. Thank you for sitting at the table. Time to get back to work. Time to do more sleuthing. Wait, where's the button for the... There it is. So, where else do we... Where else we can go for investigation? I think it's going to be the Johann Bauer farm or Werner. Let's go see Werner. Hello, you're the artist from Nuremberg. Andreas Mailer, journeyman artist at your service. Yeah, yes, that was it. Mailer. Someone mentioned you dabbled at university for a year or two. Funny. You're staying with the Gertners, yes. The Abbey does have a guest house, you know. The Gertners are good and gracious people. The Varmers? Oh right, I don't like this guy. Tassing is full of miserable people like them. Jeez, what's that guy's problem? Jeez, that's very pointed. They seem to be hard-working and honest people to me. They might smile at your face, but they won't hesitate to speak ill of you behind your back. Hey, pot, kettle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. They expect me to perform miracles, but I'm no saint. The rest of the townsfolk, well, there can't be more than a handful of them who know how to spell their own names. Well, maybe we should elect someone who's, in favour of some, educational reform. Might be a good idea. Father Janot has too soft with them, but I suppose he has to keep them placated at risk of riots in his land. Fortunately, I do not intend to stay in Tasing very long. Where are you planning to go instead? Innsbruck might be worth my time. I recommend you don't linger here either, Mailer. Or you'll soon find yourself trapped in a marriage to a mouse-faced girl with dirt under her nails. I could think of worse things. A daily risk for you, I'm sure. I'm a successful educated doctor, Mela. I can't be too careful. In any case, I must ask you to go. I have plenty of work to do. Good day. Before I go, could you answer a question for me? What? Do you know how the elements relate to the astrological signs? Are you serious? Gallantly resist the urge to be an arsehole. Yep, gonna go for that. That's quite funny. It's very simple, even someone with a bachelor's degree should be able to understand. Each astrological sign is ruled by one of 4 elements. Aries, Leo and Sagittarius are fire signs, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces are water. Air rules over Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. And now let's see the power of your trivium education. What signs do you infer are ruled by Earth? Thanks, I figured it out, arsehole. Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Good, now leave and never return. Here ends the lesson, Master Mela. Yeah, he's right, he doesn't like him very much. But until I talk to him again. Hello, Mela. Okay, so where can we go now? Hello, Master Mela. I'm very sorry to cause you trouble, but have you seen Martin recently? Oh yeah, he was trying to steal from the Baron. He wasn't feeling very well, so I let him sleep until Prime. But when I came to check in on him, he was gone. I did see Martin running through the meadow, but this is a delicate situation. I'm not sure how I should handle it. Yeah, so he stole from the Baron before the Baron died. I didn't get a chance to speak with him, and I don't know what he was up to. He could be entirely innocent. If I tell Kat that I saw him fleeing the Abbey, she might think her son killed Lorenz. She might think I think her son killed Lorenz. That could cause her undue stress. Probably wasn't even Martin who did it. Wow, you can really overthink this. That's really interesting. Doesn't strike me as a bedroom type. Still, Cat deserves my honesty. I saw him Thursday morning. As he ran through the meadow and I was on my way to the Abbey at Prime. But he said he was sick. What was he doing in the meadow? Hardly ever goes out there. It always makes him sneeze. I don't know, I'm sorry. God have mercy, I hope he hasn't done something rash. He has a history of making poor decisions. What do you mean? He steals things. Bread from the Albans, eggs from Johann's and Peter's farms. A pilgrim satchel once on the road to the Abbey. It is my great shame. I have failed him as a mother. I'm sorry, this is not your trouble. Thank you for speaking to me. Not regretfully. Thank you, Master Mela. Be well. Oh yeah, we can go down here to that power farm. Cool. Hey there, Andres. Andres, it's good to be socialising outside that boring little abbey. You bowers weather the storm alright? A couple of leaks on the roof and busted shutters to mend, but we've seen worse. No Alpine squall's going to keep the bowers down. Couldn't have been timed worse though. Just when we're about to get ready to have the girls over. Girls? The Gertenen girls, Clara and Eva. Sure you noticed the sheep are getting near lambing. near slamming. Maybe not city boy like you. We stirred them all, and now we got a mountain of water to spin before the babes come. Jesus, give me strength. As if there's not enough work to do already. We shot Clara and Eva to lend a hand. Ah, fat lot of help they are. Mostly, they just sit around and gossip. Is Clara a gossip? She seems friendly, but she seems rather circumspect. You're a good young man, Andreas, but you're still a man. People might think the wrong thing if she had lots to say to you. Especially people certainly do talk in Tassing. Especially to me. People just seem compelled to come to me with their troubles. Must be that feigned listening ear of mine. You want to know more about what's going on in Tassing, Master Mailer? Stop by the spinning bee. Socialise. Handsome young thing like you shouldn't be wasting his best years on books and paints when there's pretty girls to court. I'll consider about not making any promises. No, I'm not taking no for an answer. The girls will be glad to see you, and also I might even show up. You're friendly with him, right? Come by my house in the morning or afternoon, we'll be there. Alright. That's what I like to hear. Alright, you set trouble. Not if I can help it. Wrong thing. Hey, Andreas. How's it going, Hans? Keeping busy in the fields? I guess. Do you like it? What? Farming. I never really thought about it. Dad says it has to get done whether I like it or not. What do you think about it then? Uncle Franz and Brigitte might come help with the laundry today. She's Martin's wife, right? She seems nice. She is. Nicer than Veronica, anyway. Wish Brigitte lived here instead of her. Wow, you have a good time thinking about your cousin. Well, you have a good time thinking about your cousin's wife. It sounds so much worse than I think it intends to. Say nothing. Until later. Bye. So we still need to do something at the farm here, but... Andreas, I was just wondering when you turned up. The gaggle said you'd come watch them spin. Between you and me, Hetty's not about to let you go once she's got you in her claws. So I hope you've got a few hours to hunker down and get comfortable. I'm happy to spare a few hours. Hetty would be glad to hear it. She's got a fondness for you. Heaven knows why. Now, why can't you go inside among the unmarried girls, being unmarried yourself? But you're welcome to watch through one of the windows. That's so much worse, Johan. It's so much creepier. You don't need to worry about me. Good. Nothing matters more for a young woman than her reputation, and Eva and Veronica won't be getting a poor run on my watch. Hello. Don't mind me. Just hanging out here by the window. That idiot never did see trouble. He didn't want to jump. He didn't want to jump in feet first. Don't think he's gone to Innsbruck. What are we talking about? Keep listening. Lord, no. Innsbruck's got to be small time to that little shit now. We can have something more exciting on his mind? It's a big world. Perhaps he intends to explore it. Or escape. The nobleman was just murdered up at the Abbey. Martin picked an awfully convenient time to run off. Oh, Lord. Andreas is friends with the nobleman. Do you think Martin could have, you know? Motivation could Martin possibly had? It's not that place to say. Martin has a nasty little habit. It's gotten better. Once a thief, always a thief, I say. I don't think this is appropriate for me to discuss. This is a matter best left to the proper authorities. Certainly not a spinning bee. Imagine being tried by a gaggle of peasant women. That's unkind, Johan. It's the truth, isn't it? Doesn't matter if it hurts your feelings. Ah, she's right, Johan, you're being unfair. Remind me, Andreas, whose home are we in? Oh, lay off him, Johan. Jesus. Andreas, if you're just going to stand around, how about I put you to work? If you're going to gossip with the girls, you might as well spin with them too. How does this work? Draft wool from the distaff and twist it tight and spin tight yarn into a spindle. There's enough yarn in the spindle, collect it at the bottom and begin again. Draft, twist, spin, collect, repeat. We'll figure it out. Draft, spin, draft, spin, spin, spin. Correct. You know, I took Ursula to play with Gret's daughter the other day. There was a strange man in the bakery. Was he polite to you? I can't believe Ulrich would stand for anything less. He was very reserved, dark skinned, quite tall, and wearing a tunic? Oh, that's the guy who's in the, Is that the guy who's in the Abbey? How do I barely remember? Who is this man? Why am I just now hearing about this? I believe he's staying at the Abbey. Must be over Sebhat. That's the guy. Brigitte and I saw him walking up there after visiting the shops. He seemed lost. Where is he from? Does he speak German? Christ, I hate being asked to know. Spin King. You know, I saw Big Jorg talking to that nun again. The young one. Heh, you can blame him. God damn it, Johan! He knows she's trouble. I told him to stay away. She's very pretty, isn't she? In a mean way. Pretty, perhaps, but a nun all the same. He knows better. When has that ever stopped Big Jorg from doing anything? We have plenty of pretty girls here in town. My Veronica's not half bad. Mom! Let's not give Andreas any ideas, eh? Draft, draft, draft. Spin, spin, spin. Correct. Brigitte has been spending a lot of time at her mother's house lately. Agnes is glad to have her home, and Lucky has always treated her like a daughter. I can tell they're concerned. Aren't Brigitte and Martin having trouble, Veronica? That's one word for it. Brigitte does what she can, but nothing pleases Martin. He won't lift a finger for her wolf. He's such an asshole. Well, that's not his business, is it? Women's work and all that. You ever seen him doing much men's work, Dad? Can't say I've ever seen him do much work at all. Perhaps Lucky can talk some sense into Martin. He's always been a devoted husband and father. Lucky Steinauer is the model of what a man should be. I'm always like one thing away. But we're getting there. Is everyone behaving themselves in here? Oh, it's you. Afternoon, Otto. Care to see someone special? Hello, Otto. It's good to see you. I heard laughing from the road and I knew you all had to be up to no good in here. And look, there's Andreas. Have you been minding your manners? Old Johann here's a real stickler for propriety. Unto God masters him not once in my life. I fear I've been yoked to the wheel of propriety my entire life. Right, what was I thinking? You're probably going to take everything you hear to the abbot. See if the abbot cares what the common people think. I could be here to flirt with a young woman, you don't know. I feel that probably wouldn't go down well here. The abbot's really not too bad. Easy for you to say, considering you're not subject to his whims. Listen, you're a fine enough man, Andreas, but you're hardly unbiased. Too much time listening to hymns, not enough time working. That's your problem. No wonder you're not married, Andreas. We all know you work hard in the fields, Johann. No need to boast. He works hard in other places too. Mom! You've been in town for a few months, Andreas. Got any burning questions you mean to ask? About Kirstu Abbey. Clara mentioned the abbot had suddenly started raising taxes. Raising them and changing their terms. Yes. When Father Matthias was the abbot, he would let us pay a portion for our taxes and crops. Naturally, the shit for brains abbot put an end to that this year. If our crops fail or produce less than we'd like, we'd still owe the abbey for the use of the land. It doesn't make any sense. How can he raise our taxes when the price for our grain does not rise too? Where does he think the money comes from? He doesn't think about the common folk at all. If it's not his abbey, it's not his problem. But what about the miller? Doesn't he have some set part to play in that? But it isn't his problem. He's the abbot, not the mayor. I was going to say that. Lenhart drives a hard bargain. He won't give us a better deal just because the abbot raises our taxes. What we need is access to more land. Trying to bargain with Lenhart won't get us that. Sorry, I'm moving the mic over a bit. It's kind of a bit... Lenhart is not a kind man, and he does not negotiate. He might be carried off in debt. His bargains are cruel. We pay him even before the abbot, though. Oh, I'm not sure why. Good. I have nothing Christian to say about Lenhart Muller, so I will say nothing at all. Except that I hope he falls into a fast-moving river during the flood and dashes his brains on the rocks. Jesus Christ, Eddie. Can we talk about something else? Come on, Andreas, surely you've got better questions than that. Oh, tassing. I feel like I have to go for it. I found the grave in the forest that read 2 innocents. Who's buried there? Ah. It's a very sad story. That's one that's not entirely appropriate to discuss. Even here. I'll just tell him, he knows enough. He should know the truth about his friend, the Baron, anyway. We weren't really friends. You were more of a friend to him than he was ever to us. The daughter becomes the Lucky and Agnes's first daughter, Beat, and their unborn child. To grow in life. It's not quite that simple. She had an affair with the Baron and fell pregnant. Oh. The man promised her the moon and stars. When the pregnancy was discovered, the Baron abandoned her. Ah, this bastard. It's her fault, isn't it? You should have known better. No. What is wrong with you? Veronica Bayern. Girls, you're causing a scene. BT asked her mother for help with restoring her cycle. She refused. Agnes and Lucky told her that they would find someone for her to marry, that everyone would be alright. I don't know if Beatty was scared or, well, she took matters into her own hands. It ended with her death. Saw Lucky praying beside her grave. Lucky and Agnes both took it badly. Agnes blamed herself. Lucky blamed the Baron. It's not hard to understand why. Beatty was just a girl. The Baron took advantage of her. I've explained why Lucky and Lorenz argued when Lorenz entered her dictating. Sure. I can see the wheels turning in your head, Andres. You should leave well enough alone. Agreed. I don't like where this conversation is going. I don't know about you girls, but I'm sick of this wall. I'm sure we've all got other chores to get to. I am yawning a lot tonight. I don't know why I'm not. I'm glad to have that over with. Now I don't have to think about wool for a whole year. Oh, I was having such a nice time. I certainly learned a lot. Care for an escort home, Eva? I'd like that, yes. Yeah. I expect everyone will be on their best behaviour going home. They always are. Johan, please. Andreas, will I see you home for supper? Perhaps. I'm not sure what my plans are this evening. This is very illuminating. Thank you all for letting me join you. Thank you for coming by, Andreas. Come by any time. Come back any time. Unless you come on Abbey business. Don't threaten him with a good time, Johan. Should find someone to eat. Let's go to the Gertners. Hey up. Wojslav. Andreas. Christ. There you are. Do you know what this voice is? Brother Wojslav, what's the matter? It's the Archdeacon. He's come early, with an entire retinue in town. He's questioning everyone who knew the Baron and Blaviero. I've already told him the little I know. He expects to speak with you tomorrow at Nones. He requested you specifically. He's been informed of my investigation then. It's no secret you've been poking about the town and the abbey, sticking your nose in the rot. I hope your prying has borne fruit, or Piero's neck will meet the sword. I've done my best with the time I've had. I've only had a couple more days. Whatever happens, Piero knows you've been working hard on his behalf, and he's grateful for it. Only, Andreas. What is it? It's just, you know as well as I do, the Baron is not a good man. I don't know what the voice is, I'm going to stop doing it. It's just embarrassing. I'm not saying he deserved what he got, just, you think hard about what you tell the Archdeacon, and who you tell him about. You understand? You need to worry, I found nothing that implicates you. You didn't do it, did you? It's not me I'm worried about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shout. You don't deserve that. All I'm saying is, if in your searching you heard anything about a certain sister, I'd ask you to keep it to yourself. I'll do what I can to protect the sisters from the censure. That's all I would ask of you. I shall return to Kirsau. The abbot will be having a fit about now. Be well, Andreas. I will pray for Piero's deliverance tonight. You should as well. I'm just wondering... Should I check the house at Nones? I'm trying to remember the term. Which one's known as? Hang on, sorry. Monastic hour corresponding to 3 PM. One of the little hours of prayer, so tomorrow afternoon. Cool. I was gonna go to bed and I was like, hang on, wait a minute. No, Andreas? Andreas? God bless you. Hey, Andreas. You say hello to the girls today? Even Clara. No, I mean the chickens. Peter, James, and John. They like it when you stroke their back or give them a good scratch under the breast. You named your chickens after the apostles? Isn't that blasphemy? I guess we could put it like that. But I hear about the apostles every Sunday at Mass. They witnessed Jesus' greatest moments of glory and his darkest trials. And I was thinking, that's how it is with the girls and me. They see everything I deal with around here. That makes perfect sense to me, Big York. You have much in common with Christ. You're making fun. It's fine. I get it. I just call them the girls from now on. I don't recall your family eating eggs. What do you do with all of them? I always sell them to the bowers. Clara's just need the extra money for the taxes. Anyway, I should get back to it. Until later, Andreas. Until then. Right, let's have dinner at the Bowers. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen, amen, etc., etc. There's been some chaos up at the Abbey, hasn't there, Andreas? That's putting it lightly. With the death of that nobleman... What was his name? Baron Vogel. His death was a tragedy. Good riddance. You wouldn't find many in chasing crying over one dead nobleman. I'll admit this has me interested. A murder at an abbey? How did it come to pass? I'm still trying to figure that out. My mentor, brother Piero, was found with the body, but he's too frail to have done the deed. Eggs? Grizzly, what about the blood? Was it everywhere? Some. Too bad. Tell me about the wound. Could you see it? Jesus, Mum. I'm only curious. It's not every day a man's murdered in broad daylight. What if I need to protect myself? You're being weird, Mum. Weird and drunk. Uh-huh. Do you have an idea who might have done the deed? If not this Reverend Piero? The Baron of Menai's talent at the Abbey. Scandalous to think that any untassing resident might be a murderer. Don't say that. Buck up, son. A noble killer won't take an interest in you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? It means you're boring. Whoever killed the Baron has to be dumb as rocks. Or very angry. I suspect we'll find the culprit is a bit of both. Does anyone come to mind, Johann? No, and I wouldn't tell you even if they did. No good come out of whatever it is you're up to, Andreas. Once the church and nobility get involved, all the peasants are gonna get is shit. From one end to the other, it doesn't matter which. Gross, Dad. Let's go to chicken. What? I'm right. Hans thinks I'm right, don't you, son? Always, Dad. At least God granted me one respectful child. Ugh, what a stuck up. Speaking of the church, has Johanna told you about how the abbot's out to ruin our lives? No, but I suspect it has something to do with taxes. Yes! Thank you. Even a travelling artist from Christ knows where understands. I'm from Nuremberg. We're supposed to expand our farm, but the abbot's tax is making it impossible. We can't grow enough barley to feed ourselves, pay the miller's toll, and give the abbey its due. It's not Christian! Actually, it's perfectly legal under Bavarian law. Further, you have no standing from which to challenge the law. I don't care, it's not right. Now that Ren and Kemper's kicked the bucket, the old witch's land will soon be forfeit. And once Attilia's gone, her land will be available for us to purchase, God willing. Motherfucker France gets it first. I can't believe you. She's an old lady living all alone. We should be looking after her, not picking up scraps from her corpse. Shut up, Jesus. How dare you speak to your father that way? Say nothing. I feel sorry for Attilia. Lord help me, we're going to have a very serious conversation about your attitude, Veronica. Haha, you're in for it now. Eat shit, hands. Alright, that's it. Andreas, it's been great, but I need to have a talk with my ungrateful children. See yourself out. Goodbye. Mind your safety on the walk back. That charcoal man and his suspicious friends are about. What? Nope, can't just leave it like that. 17 hours remain. Get some sleep. Or break into the library. Nope, made that mistake before. Let's go break into the library! It's gonna show those book reading punk jockeys what's what. To the crypt. I don't even know I'm here. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Matteo is the crypt Abbey's circuiter. He sees me, he'll kick me out. I have to keep out of sight until he's passed. Good thing he can't see well. Great hiding place. I feel like you can't be like hide and be subtle in a church with only you and another person in there, because you would make a lot of noise just walking around. Anyway, to the library. If I go up these stairs, it's going to take a while to find the records I need. I'll lose some time tomorrow morning unless I turn back now. But the Archdeacon's already here. It's maybe the last chance to investigate the library before the Archdeacon decides to bury his fate. Let's go! What's this? De Herbris Cambrai. The writer is Cadphalos of Salopia. I don't believe I've heard of him. Pfft. And you call yourself a man of culture, Andreas. Mugwort and Butcher's Broom. I'm not familiar with their properties, but they sound extraordinary. Beautifully illustrated book, and the author appears to be speaking from his own personal experience. Wonderful hidden treasure for the Abbey. It's probably blasphemous. What do we have here? bifolium taken from the larger text. The Mysteria Astra. Not familiar with it. Some sort of astronomical text. Perhaps a mysterious astronomical text. It seems rudimentary, explaining the connection between astrological signs and the elements, and their basic relationship to alchemy. You know, like that thing you were looking at earlier. Each sign is governed by either one of 4 elements. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are the water signs. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo are the earth signs, and so on. He cuts off there. The next page is about something else entirely. Sister Illuminata must have been trying to reconstruct the larger text. Given the dramatic context from the following page, the choir this bifolium came from must have been assembled improperly. Those 2 pages are interesting enough, I suppose, but quite basic. Wait, that's a connection between the astrological symbols on Phorenic's cipher and the elemental symbols on the Volvel. If I turn the wheel to the element that matches the sign, I can decipher the note he left. Excellent. Yep. This is most curious. Historia de Labyrinthio Liberium. What do all those symbols mean? I wonder what secret texts could be hidden in such a place. It must be metaphorical. You need an extraordinary amount of books to actually build a labyrinth. I'm gonna say the metaphor one. Sounds quite silly. Possible, really. Labyrinth of books. This looks promising. Familiar areas of the Sisters of Kirsia Abbey. Yes. Mother Catherine was the first to enter the records, it looks like. Almost 50 years ago. Sister Hildegard, of the Goldreich family in Ravensburg. Quite wealthy. Looks like she became the prioress after Mother Catherine. Sister Cecilia. Altate? Oh, this is Mother Cecilia's record. Wait, she's from the Welser family? They're one of the most powerful families of Augsburg. Looks like her family donates a lot of money to Curacao every year. More than my family sees in 10. Sister Gertrude from the Hof. The herbalist, yes. Father is an apothecary. That explains it. Matilda, Oblate. Yes, the nun's cellarer. She came from Kempton. Merchant family. They donated pigments to use in the scriptorium. Quite thoughtful. I have to thank them if I ever get a chance. Oh, this should be interesting. Sister Illuminata. Named Angeline from the Capocci family of Perugia. Looks like they have some connection to the Curacao through an old abbot Rudolph. The family donates money to the abbey every year as well. Sophie from Bergitz. Their family is poor, but they've donated flour. Lisette Oblate. She's from Utrecht. Looks like she had an eventful life for coming here. Married with a child. Both died. The merchant family has come to some connection into Curacao through the Kaufmanns of Ruffenberg und der Tauber. Sister Margaret. Oh, the blind girl who assists Gertrude. She went blind because of the failed surgery on her cataracts. Wealthy peasant family, they donated wool and pasture in Crimmel. So who is the sister who got attacked? Sister Zena, that should be good. They donate a fortune to the abbey. They wonder whether Cecilia and the abbot let her behave as she does. You missing something? This note says Sister Matilda left the abbey for several months. Why would she go to a hermitage? Seems strange she sees the only entry with such a note. Oh, that's the one the Baron had. The date's 3 years ago. This is just before Father Matthias died. Which means it was around the time Baron Vogel visited. It has to be it. Matilda must be the nun the Baron harmed in his last visit. I should talk to Mother Celia again. And maybe Sister Matilda as well. I don't think we're going to get much from Cecilia if we speak to her, so I think probably Matilda's probably the best. Just go on the stairs, mate. Someone else here. Hang on. You shouldn't be in here. Nor should you. Whoa! Did not see that coming. What in the... Shit. What am I going to do now? Just wait for them to finish, then leave. It can't take that long, can it? She speaks to them openly, in good faith for no reason. Run for it! Go, go, go! They'll notice, but can they catch me? How fast can 2 monks run? I'll make a break for the stairs, can't possibly catch me. I'll talk to them, we can work this out, we'll come to understanding. I'll just have to wait for Rudiger and Matteo to leave. Maffeo to leave. Just a little patience. I might have to do this last, yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with that, because they'll catch me and it's gonna be awkward. Hang on, what's going on here? Andreas, when are you coming home? Dad, I'll be home soon. I'm still a bit nervous about this girl. Sabine? So you finished commission for the Abbey. How's business? Good, good. But finish that masterpiece too. Time for you to get on with your career. Yes, of course. You're not going to quit this like you quit the university, are you? No, of course not. Good. If it weren't for the work I did for the rector, we would never have had the opportunity. Most people never get a second chance after they throw something away like that. Say nothing. We'll see you when you get back. Sure, alright. Oh, it's you. I only have the picture of you. The one my brother Daniel made. I really don't have any idea what you're like. Are you really that pretty? Is this your imagination? Or Daniel's portrait? I suppose it's both. Which do you think is the greater liar? His portrait or your imagination? My imagination is quite rich, you know. You would think that. Well, naturally. I'll see you soon, Andreas. For real, I mean. I suppose that's true. Until then. Welcome back, Andreas. It's been too long since you have graced this court with your presence. Apologies, Your Majesty. My mind has been preoccupied by a tragedy at Kirsu Abbey. What manner of tragedy? A murder of a nobleman, a close friend of Prince Bishop of Freesing. My brother Piero was the abbot's only suspect. I know that he could not have done it. How do you know? Examine your assumptions, my son. In addition to having no motive in violence and not being part of his character, he's not physically capable of the act. He is of limited strength and has a palsy in his hand that makes holding a paintbrush difficult. A whole lot of inconceivable shit happens on this hell of earth, Andreas. I just don't believe he could have done it. There has to be a better explanation. I do not deny that it's possible, but I believe it's extremely improbable. Yeah, I think it's the first option. So what do you intend to do about it? When I'm brought before the Archdeacon, I'll tell him what I know about the other people who have motives to kill the Baron. I have to believe he'll see there are much more likely suspects than Piero. Why have you taken this task upon yourself? I have to save Brother Piero's life. He has no one else to help him. I want to find the real killer. If the Archdeacon's investigation then threatens the Abbey, I want to protect it. I think it's gonna... I think selfishly, I think it's probably going to be that one. I think that's the real reason. If we're honest. Your love for and devotion to him speak well of your character. A man who is humble before his elders also honors his gods. Of course you'd say that, old man. He is right though. If Andreas doesn't help him, no one will. Exactly. I understand why the brothers and sisters cannot act against the abbot, but I must do something. Why does that shit for brains abbot care about the death of a useless fart like Lorenz Rothroger anyway? If you mean to harden the abbot, the abbot may have good qualities. Well, I can't screw your assessment of them. Powerful people get upset whenever powerful people are murdered. This could threaten the existence of the abbey. I can't screw your assessment. I didn't ask you to agree with me. If you can't think for yourself, you're no better than them, arsehole. In any case, Andreas' ability to prevent Piero's death depends on the judgment of the Archdeacon. Wise or foolish, corrupt or just, the Archdeacon will be the first and possibly final arbiter of Piero's guilt. Andreas must win the Archdeacon to his side by using tools favoured by men such as him. Reason, wisdom, authority, honesty. I'm gonna say... reason? Ha! When's the last time you met a man who was truly ruled by reason? Authority. Despite your talent, you're merely an artist. He's been invested with power by the Prince Bishop of Racing. You have no authority with him. Honesty? You must be honest in all things, Andreas, but many are not willing to accept the truth. And the cost of honesty can be... high. Wisdom? Wisdom can be shared, but the audience may not comprehend it. If reason, wisdom, authority, and honesty cannot triumph, then what am I left with? I don't know. Blackmail? Hope. Oh, that's... well, that. Lies. Truth. Above all, faith in Providence. Well, what would you plan to tell the Archdeacon, Andreas? There are other people in Kessel and Tasting who have motives to kill the Baron. The widow in Pentiment despised Lorenz for naming her late husband, but again, I think she's physically incapable of doing it. I honestly don't know who it could be. Main Tao. The Baron beat him savagely following an argument about trespassing on the Kemper's farm. His injuries were so severe that they never truly healed, and he needed a cane to walk. He died less than a year ago. Attila is certain it's because of the wounds he received that day. Why did the two quarrel? My understanding is that it was simply an argument about trespass that got out of hand. And now I suppose she will lose their home. My apologies. His home. For what reason? Should an aged widow not live out her remaining days in peace? She should, but she won't. She didn't squeeze any of the little Kempers out for old Rannig, so that way the house goes. Yes, because women must fight to own property. We exist on the sufferance of men. We must obey the same law, whether the law is just or unjust is immaterial. The widow's motive is clear. True and terrible, it's easy to understand Attilia's anger. Just gonna say that. Good. Perhaps if men understood our just anger, the laws would change. Yeah. I'm sure that will happen. A good man does not sit idly by while injustice flourishes around them. What the hell is a half-trained artist with half a university degree going to do against the might of the Holy Roman Empire? Idiots! You have established a motive for the widow, Andreas, but there is another matter that requires inquiry. While women and men are equal in most natures, women are weaker in strength. How could a woman of Attilia's age overpower a healthy man like the Baron? See, this is my argument. I must admit, it seems unlikely that she could have stabbed the Baron with his own knife. If you mean to convince the Archdeacon that an old woman killed the Baron, this will be a difficult obstacle to overcome. Good, because I don't plan to. Do you have what you suspect? Lucky Steinauer hated the Baron for the death of his daughter, Beatty. Did the Baron kill her? No, he seduced her and made her certain promises about their future together. She was with child when the Baron left. Lucky and Agnes said they would find her someone to marry. Beatty tried to end the pregnancy using her mother's medicine, but the result was fatal. See, there's an awful lot of fuss over a little affair. Nothing worth dying over. There doesn't seem to be any intention. What led you to this conclusion, Andreas? Several of the town women gave me the full story. They confirmed the grave in the woods belonged to Beatty and her unborn child. Surely Lucky and Agnes could have found a man to marry her. She's hardly the first woman to have been abandoned with child. The town would have accepted her. Even if that is true, it must have been distressing to be abandoned by her seducer. Certainly some in the town would have judged her for it. Ah, who cares? What does it matter? If you're a man, a nobleman, yes, it may not matter at all. It's quite different for the women involved. Well, whatever there is sound for, clearly Lucky didn't hold it against his own daughter. It's certainly more complicated for women than men. Perhaps Lucky thought that unfair. She couldn't bear the consequences she'd never laid with him. Not choosing that one. Whatever the rest of the town for, I think... I'm gonna go for the first option. He's married to the village midwife. He would know better than most the hardships faced by unwed mothers. His first daughter also married young, unexpectedly, did she not? Yes, Brigitte married Martin quite young, although now he's run off as well. So yet another woman has been left to raise the child alone. Andreas, do you believe Lucky would have killed the Baron to avenge his daughter? The desire for revenge is easy to understand, even if it cannot be condoned. Is Lucky physically capable of wresting the Baron's knife away from him to stab the man? Probably. I saw him lift massive stones with the church. Later he was killing fish by slamming their heads against a rock. Neither task seemed to tax his strength. Haha, sounds like a living monster. My kind of man. Haha. Killing the Wrens would have been easy for him. Are there any others you suspect? Prior Frenick feared the Baron would report his occult interests to inquisitors. How so? Prior Frenick and the Baron shared a fascination with the occult texts. The Baron was pressuring the Prior into performing a ritual for him while he was visiting Kiosau. When Frenick refused, the Baron threatened to send him into the Inquisition. How did you come by this knowledge? I found written evidence, a letter from Frenick to the Baron in which he discusses all these matters. It is a dangerous thing, a monk dabbling in the occult. His very soul could be in danger. Forget the soul! He could have been defrocked, excommunicated, even killed. All for a little curiosity. Better say stupid and ignorant, that's what I say. Heh. We're well aware. All this worry over dangerous books started at the University of Paris. It shouldn't even be an issue out here. Whether the proclamation was made by a Bishop of Paris or by the Pope himself, the danger remains. Poor Ferenc feared loss of his status, his life, and even God's grace. Is Prior Ferenc strong enough to disarm the Baron of his own knife and turn it against him? Perhaps a magical aid, yes. Seems unlikely. I'm gonna say no. Seems unlikely. Then it will pose some difficulty if you mean to convince the Archdeacon of the Prior's guilt. Are there any others you suspect? I found no other suspects. You have brought a worthy mystery before this court, Andreas. I pray to God he will grant you the insight we need to face the coming challenge. Thank you, Your Majesty. I am prepared to meet the day. For you, Andreas, there is one more thing to consider. You will be summoned to the Archdeacon to tell him what you know. But you need not tell him everything. Oh, believe me, I know. There is a place for a noble eye. This is not one of them. Why? The Baron is dead. All the people with motive to kill him suffered either directly or indirectly from his wickedness. Simply mentioning a name to the Archdeacon may endanger them, whether they had anything to do with the murder or not. Right. No point throwing everyone waist deep into shit. I protest any attempt at deception, but you must ultimately follow your own conscience, Andreas. Little time remains before you must stand before the Archdeacon. Use it wisely. I will do my best. To meet again, Andreas. God be with you. And also with you, Your Majesty. It's a really cool visual of like the dream area. I love that it's like a boat in a into a labyrinth. It's really cool. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Andreas. Andreas, wake up. Well, are you here for the books or for me? I was working in my sleep. A book. The library is so poorly organized that I fell asleep looking for it. Looking for clues trying to find you call the Baron. However, Piero doesn't have much time. She's not going to believe that. It's you, of course. I'd call you a liar, but I know it's the truth. You probably pray every evening that when you knock on the door in the morning that I'll answer to the Illuminata. Something like that. Do you want to keep talking? No. You? Man, this library is just a room for the... Just a room for knocking boots. Sister Zdena, are you here yet? Sister Zdena? Hold the finger to your lips. Angrily presents the upraised middle finger in the right hand. Oh God, protect us, Sister Illuminata. Come quickly. Someone's sleeping behind the bookshelf. This will be remembered. Andreas, how did you find your way in here? Why are you here in the first place? You scared Sister Zane half to death. I was looking at the Abbey's admission records for clues about the Baron's death. There are books I want to see and you never let me look at them. Simple as that. I don't know which one to choose. Yeah, screw it. What do the Abbey's records have to do with Baron Raffler's murder? I think the Baron hurt one of the sisters on his last visit to Kiersau. Oh, I see. Yes, Sister Matilda. What happened to her was... evil. If you were reading about Sister Matilda, you can't really believe she killed the Baron. Matilda killed Baron Rothvogel? Shh, of course not. Sincerely doubt that it's possible. Why not? We've met people do terrible things. I don't really like any of those answers. This is not appropriate for us to discuss any further. You should speak to Sister Matilda or Mother Cecilia. I can't speak with you. It is not my story to tell, and in case you've forgotten, you shouldn't even be here. Please leave, immediately. Of course. I'm sorry for the trouble. As you should be. Come, Sister Zelena. We have work to do. I should find someone to eat with. Alright, let's go to the refectory. There'll be someone there. Hey, Dr. Rotberg or Frenick and Rudger. Oh no, that's not. I thought it was Frenick. No, it's Renga. And I'm not gonna go have lunch with Guy. God bless you, Andreas. Good day, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. Sorry, Andreas, I can't let you down there. Savage, you know, doesn't want anyone talking to Brother Piero before the Archdeacon arrives. Jeez, you locked him in the kitchen cellar. That's... What am I going to do, elope with him? It's ridiculous. What do you want me to do, Andreas? I can't just go against the Abbot's order. I understand. I'm sorry. No, you're right. I'll leave it alone. God bless you, Andreas. Andreas? Oh, it's not in the refectory, it's Sebhat we can have lunch with. That's what that means. I think. Nope. Andreas, I'm sorry to hear about what is happening with Brother Piero. I do not know him well, but I find it hard to believe he could have killed the Baron. He didn't. I'm going to figure out who did. Do you have an idea who might have done it? Did you see anything? I will pray for your success. I know it might be far from your mind, but you ever considered he might offer to eat with you and the townspeople? The Gospel says that a man cannot live on bread alone, and from time to time, little bread is required. I need to continue looking into the Baron's murder perhaps later. Of course, I'll talk to Gret and see what's come along, where she would meet you. At the shrine to St. Moritz. I'll see you there. Until then. Oh my, Andreas. Yes? Are all these all the mothers from Tassing and their children? Well, no, I don't think it's all of them. Helena Pfeiffer couldn't make it. It's a long walk up with her condition. And Hetty said Hans was too big for stories. Stories? I may have said something about your books. I like stories. Yes, maybe a little too much. Ah, alright, I can tell the story, but first let us pray together and eat. Oh Lord, thank you for bringing us together as you brought Jesus to his disciples on the road to Emmaus. With the breaking of bread between us, let us recognize each other as Christians and rejoice in our salvation through you. Amen. Etc, etc, etc. Thank you and your husband for this bread grit. My Ulrich always says that bread brings people together. I don't know, I think we could see some real trouble with Tassing if you ever ran out of rye. Speaking of. You and Father Thomas, you do love that rye. I love all peasant food. I just think it's unappreciated bread. Father Janot eats a white bread, does he not? It's because he's boring and bland. Yes, the finest wheat is used for the abbot's bread. Actually, white bread's fine. Quite like that kind of crappy, cheap sandwich white bread. Why? The abbot is a very important man, Paul. We have bread in my home that we call injera. We make it thin, round, and wide, and we put our food on top of it. We eat it with almost every meal. As you love the bread of your home, so I miss mine. Oh, what's the recipe? Maybe we can make it. Thank you, but no. We use a fine grain that does not grow here, called teff. Surely someday you'll go home and can have your fill of it. I hope you find out, God willing, yes. But then perhaps a day will come when I miss the rite of tassing. It is the great danger that comes with the blessing of travel, living a life between worlds. I don't want to talk about bread anymore. It's so boring. Breath. Don't be rude, Bert. Bert rolls. He's a cool kid. I did say I would tell a story. Children, have you ever seen the Bible? Father Tom. Yes, Father Thomas has one. It's huge. My dad has one, which is printed in Bamberg. Very good. This is a Bible from my home that I brought to give to the abbot. Andreas, do you have a favourite story to illustrate from the Bible? Adam and Eve at the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Jacob wrestling with the angel. The Annunciation when Gabriel appears to Mary. Elijah in the chariots of fire. Christ being taken down from the cross. Oh, which one? Which of these classic pieces of classic fiction should we choose? Chariots of Fire sounds cool. Yes, spectacle of a prophet carried bodily into heaven. It's always a wonder to see how different artists illustrate it. Now then, children, do you know the story of Jesus feeding the multitudes? Fish and loaves! My mum and dad make loaves. This is from our Bible. I will tell the story of Jesus fed thousands from only a few fish and a few loaves of bread. Why is everyone brown? Because where I am from, everyone looks like me. Why? Because we are all as God made us. I know Tassing seems big to you, but the world is much bigger than we can imagine. There are many people of many different colours all over the world. There are places where no one looks like you or me. Really? It's true. In Flanders, I saw ships arrive from the New World. People look and dress very different from us. Different from Brother Sebhat. They make art out of gold that is so beautiful it outshines the greatest works of the Christian world. Brother Sebhat, do you know the Baron who was murdered? But he came up when I was visiting the Drakkars. I'm sorry, Marie. There is something to apologize for. We can't shield them from the world forever. I do not know him, but do you know the story of Lazarus? It's a great segue. Great way to change the conversation. No. He was a friend of Jesus. He became sick and he died. End of story. Died. Hat. Yes, Anna. But Jesus brought his followers to Lazarus' tomb. He prayed to God, and then they opened up the tomb. Lazarus emerged, returned from the dead. Jesus can bring people back from the dead? He can, Bert. One day Jesus will bring us all back from the dead. Oh, wait, what? Everyone who has ever lived and died will come together and be resurrected on Judgment Day. Say nothing. It's very cute. Even the Romans? Especially the Romans. Yes, the Romans too. Why did you ask about the Romans? I saw one come out of their tomb, like Lazarus. What do you mean, Paul? Well, the ruins below the mill, they're Roman, and they all died a long time ago. But I saw one come out the other night. They were in white, like Lazarus. Let's stop telling stories, Paul, and you shouldn't have been outside at night. Andreas, what does he mean? I don't know. It's troubling to be sure. I think I may have seen something similar the other evening. Yeah, because we did see someone on the aqueduct run past the aqueduct. So presumably that's the murderer escaping the abbey. Is there a way you can get from the abbey to the mill? Huh. Sorry, I mean mine, not mill. It must have been something else, an irrational explanation. There are things in this world beyond our understanding, Andreas. Perhaps the boy did see something supernatural. Ah, apologies for that, ladies. Thank you for sharing a meal with me today. I'll be leaving for Rome soon, but I am glad to have spent some time with you and your children. Thank you, Reverend Sapat. It was wonderful. But don't forget to stop by the bakery before you go. I'm sure my husband will want to see you before you go. I will. God grant you all health. Jacob has arrived. Need to go to the chapter house and meet with the Archdeacon. Which is... hang on. Everyone is here. Andreas. Father should know. Master Mela, if you think I am unaware of your actions around this abbey in the past few days, you are mistaken. Oh? I know you visited the widow Kemperin and convinced her to question the legal status of her lease. Do you often spy on our women? News travels quickly in a small town, Master Mela. Suppose it's something you wouldn't have learned after a time at Nuremberg and Antwerp. But yes, I know, and no, the legal status of a late husband's lease is not in question. Then why are you so upset about it? Because your presence is annoying and corrupting, like a fly in ointment. So, like, both these options kind of feel really dickish. But yeah, you have to go for that one. You don't decide that, and if you interfere again, you will pay for it. Now then, for all your meddling, you will not be welcome in Kirsau after your commission is completed. What are you going to do? Have Mathau throw me out? Well, I'm not going back to this pile of cow shit if I can help it. I apologise, I was only trying to help Brother Piero. It is too late for apologies. Your days of interfering with the daily life of this abbey will end. It was never my intent to interfere, Father Abbot. I'll leave you to the Archdeacon now. Try not to perjure yourself. I like how... God save you, Master Andreas Mela. I kind of picked a voice for him, and as it went on, it kind of got more Palpatine-y, and I kind of loved it. Please state your name for the records. Andreas, son of Joseph Mela, master artist from Nuremberg. What is an artist doing in Kirsa Abbey? The Abbey still has some wealthy patrons. I need the money before I return to Nuremberg. I quite like that option. Feels like the option I would say if someone asked me that question. But let's be honest, sometimes. Arnold, please write that down. I think we're ready to begin. Of course, Your Reverence. Now then, Master Mailer, what was your relation to Lorenz the Baron Rothvogel? Only knew him for a day, but we were unfriendly. Incidental acquaintances, nothing more. Would it be fair to say that you did not feel you knew him well? Yes. That is unfortunate, but I'd like for you to try to characterize the man for me. Fine man, lover in art and knowledge. Confident, overbearing, used to getting what he wants. Noble man for all good and all ill that goes with that title. I think that's the most... I think that might be the best option. Do you have a problem with nobility, Master Mailer? No, I didn't mean it that way. Fine. Do you think someone else may have had a problem with him? I can think of a few people, Your Reverence. Good. That might just help us solve this problem that faces us. The Baron Rothvogel was murdered here in this very room. Someone did it. Father should know, believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I have met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. And while it seems unlikely that a man of his age and temperance could murder the Baron, he was discovered in flagrante delicto. See, this is probably the answer I kind of want to give, but it does make us seem like a real shitbag. Screw it. Let's go for it. Technically, he was discovered in corpus delicti, but was not caught in flagrant delicto. Master Mailer, I'm not interested in your clarifications, technical or otherwise, on the matters of Latin or law. If you wish to advocate on behalf of Piero, I suggest shutting your mouth until I ask you a question. Yeah, I had a feeling that was what the response was going to be. Piero had reasons to resent the Baron. The loss of his work, the insistence on discussing the writings of the troublemaker from Wittenberg, and for his age and infirmity. I myself have read of many cases in which a man of modest strength succumbs to the temptations of the devil. Once seized by a devilish fever, the poor sinner gains an infernal power that allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I am saying is that in spite of the curious circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this most vile act. I understand that you are on friendly terms with Brother Piero. You also interacted with the Baron both in the town and in the Abbey. Did you witness anything that suggests someone else could have murdered Baron Rothvogel? Lucky Steinauer argued with the Baron. Widow and Tassing Ottilia Kemperin hated the Baron. The Abbey's prior Ferenc was behaving suspiciously the day of the Baron's arrival. He may have had a motive. A local thief, Martin Bauer. So, I'm hoping this isn't just like the accusatory, this is who I think did it sort of option. Because I don't think it's Ottilia. I don't think it's Ferenc, because I don't think they have the strength to do it. I think Lucky has the strength and is probably the most likely candidate here, but I'm not convinced. And I don't know enough about Martin to accuse him. Obviously, he did run away and was saying he had the motherlode, but I don't know if he's capable of murder. I don't think he is. I think he's just a small town thief. I'm gonna have to go with Lucky. I can't go with anyone else. Like, I haven't got enough information to go with anyone else other than Lucky being strong enough to, like, be the one who's done it. Who is Lucky Steinauer? I don't believe that name came up during our questioning. The town stonesmason. Alright. What's the connection between a town stonesmason and a noblewoman from Worms? Lucky wanted to take revenge against the Baron for the death of his daughter Beatty. Sorry, these three farmers in the village saw Lucky arguing with the Baron when he came to town. About what? Lucky was angry at the Baron because of his role in his death of his daughter Beatty. Did the stonemason believe that the Baron had murdered this young woman? No, she was a suicide, but Lucky held the Baron responsible. This is quite hard to follow, Master Mailer. What does this have to do with the Baron and the stonemason? Well, they walked into a pub. On his last visit several years ago, the Baron charmed Lucky's daughter, but left her behind. Sometime after the Baron left, Beatty realised she was with child. The stonemason and his wife did their best, but Beatty did not want to keep the child. She attempted to stop the pregnancy by way of her mother's medicine. Mother's medicine? Agnes Steinerin is the town midwife. I see. In the end, the medicine claimed her life. And her unborn child with it, I presume. The stonemason, Lucky Steinauer, he has held a grudge this whole time? They argued about something, I know that. I witnessed it the morning the Baron arrived. Town stonemason must be quite strong. Strong enough to wrest the knife out of a noble's hand and turn it against him. Yes, I've personally witnessed him lifting massive stones with the town church. I don't know which of these two to out. Because it's gonna have to be honest. I also saw him kill several large fish with a single blow against a rock. Sounds more than capable. Thank you. Is there anyone else you think who may have wanted to harm the Baron? So we can say technically accuse all of them, but I guess we can sort of do process of elimination. I don't know. What cause did she have? Her Baron was responsible for the death of her husband. Responsible how? Years ago, when the Baron visited Tassing, he quarrelled with the Rannig the Kemper. The two came to blows. According to the widow, the Baron beat Rannig so severely he never fully healed from the injuries. He died not long ago, and the home is now in legal jeopardy. The widow held the Baron responsible for all this. And how do you propose the woman killed the Baron? It is hard to imagine such a frail crone taking the Baron's own knife away from him. I admit that seems unlikely. Noted. I say the campaign is a good one, but she may have been made happy what happened to their husband. I think I'm going to say that. It seems nice. She really seemed to care of people, suspect her of the murder. In many ways, she seems to have given up on life. Interesting. Thank you, Master Mailer. Do you have any knowledge of anyone else who wants to kill the Baron? That is an extraordinary claim, Andreas. The abbot speaks highly of both the prior, and he oversees both you and Brother Piero's work, does he not? Yes, Your Reverence. The extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why should I take the word of an artist over a respected officer of this abbey? I can provide evidence of prior forensics motive. Please do so. On the day the Baron arrived, he secretly observed Phoretic and secretly observed prior Phoretic in the scriptorium. Was this an intentionally covert observation? No, it wasn't planned. Very well. Continue. He wrote a note, a cipher in a book. It was associated with a Volvel used to encode something in it. Yes? What had he encoded? I am not certain, but it's very suspicious. Master Mailer, could you please confine your remarks to information that leads somewhere useful? Now, do you have any other evidence against the Prior? Baron Vogel and Frederick were exchanging letters about the performing a magical ritual during the Baron's visit. You have proof of this? I have an imprint of a letter that the Prior wrote to the Baron. In it, the Prior mentions that he will not perform a trial for the ritual for the Baron, even if the Baron does follow through on the threat to implicate him to Inquisitors to Innsbruck. An implication of necromancy is a serious matter. The Prior's position would have been in peril, possibly even his life. And how do you believe Prior Frennick would have killed the Baron? In a test of strength for the Baron's knife, it seems unlikely the Prior could have prevailed. True. Is there anything else you have to say about the Prior? No, Your Reverence. Very well. And who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? Would you want to see him dead, actually? Yes, his name's come up in my inquiries. My understanding is that he absconded with some of the Baron's valuables. Arnold? Yes, Your Reverence. A silver ring, a gold ring, 12 gulden, 10 groschen, and a book intended as a gift for the Abbey. Thank you. It is my understanding that this boy was known as a thief, but also as a coward, and that the theft was from the Abbey's guest house after the Baron had already left it. Very well, Your Reverence. I am not treating him as a serious suspect for the Baron's murder at this time. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? Should we bring that up? Is that relevant? Oh, might as well. Is this relevant to the murder of the Baron? No, but as you represent the Prince Bishop and the Abbot rules these lands, I was hoping you might listen. Please be brief, Master Mailer. I have many people to question. The Abbot saw her brother Guy write a letter to the widow about reclaiming her land. It's based on a false claim. False in what way? They claim the lease was with the widow's late husband, Randy Kemper. It was not. The lease began generations earlier with Attilia's great-grandfather. What substantive bearing does this have on the Abbot's claim? Let's lawyer up. If the existing lease allows for the widow to partition her land to other renters, she could pay the fees on the land. Yes, if it does, many peasants and freeholders resort to such measures in hard times. Very well, Master Mailer. I shall make my own inquiry after I've completed my work here. Now then, let us return to the matter at hand. I can think of no one else who would cause harm to the Baron, Your Reverence. Very well. Are you aware of anything else that might shed some light on this case? Has Brother Florian told you about the note he found in the Baron's clothing? Yes, Brother Florian explained how he came to find it and told me its contents. Master Adjager has entered his testimony in our register. Your description of what transpired between the Baron and B.T. Steinauer explains the meaning. You don't think the stonemason wrote it, do you? No, whoever wrote the note was a talented scribe. I understand Kirsau has two, the elderly brother Adok and the younger brother Guy. To be frank, Your Reverence, neither man has the skill to write in this way. There's something else about it too. The style is just different. It's unlike Adok and Guy's writing. Unlike mine. Yes, well, whatever the particulars. It seems there was to remain a mystery that stands apart from the commission of the murder. Unfortunately, there's more to tell. I found more notes. Notes written in the same hand on the same pile of parchment, to those who had a motive to kill the Baron. That is deeply troubling. But again, beyond the bounds of my investigation. In any case, I thank you for bringing it to my attention. Of course, Your Reverence. Thank you for your time, Mr. Mailer. So, persuade Jacob. Done. Imperial law background. Done. Gave your name politely. Good. Why you don't like nobles? That's negative. Made a pedantic point about corpus notes. That's 2 points against. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it'll work. Yeah, let's ask. Not at all. You're an educated man. You've conducted yourself appropriately in this inquiry. I reserve final judgment, of course. But who do you believe killed the Baron? On second, I think we should probably not influence it. As you wish. Your contributions to this inquiry are appreciated. Thank you for your time and your candor. You are quite welcome. Until later, Master Mailer. Until then, your reverence. 2. Final day of law and judgment. Andreas, I didn't think you were coming to this. I didn't think I was either. I suppose I want to see how this ends as well, after all. I didn't want to miss this. Can you believe that Lucky Steiner killed that nobleman? You missed the trial, Andreas. A magistrate from Mittenwald came in, read all the charges and found them guilty. Well, whether we believe it or not, the magistrate was convinced. I can't remember the last time there was an execution in Tassing. Oh, here comes the procession. Did I miss anything? No, you're fine. Andreas? Nod. I still don't know if we made the right call. I don't think we had enough evidence to go on. I kinda don't believe. I ain't reading that. You didn't do it though, Lucky. It's you in the hell, stonemason. Shut your mouth, Mother. Silence. 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 I order the executioner to carry out his duty. I warrant him peace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him. Lord, into your hands I commit my spirit. Look away! Oh, nice, I quite like it. My Lord Judge, have I executed well? You have executed as judgment and law have required. For that I thank God and my master who has taught me such art. You! I know this is your doing. I don't know what you're talking about. Save your lies. I don't want to hear them. You should be ashamed of yourself. Say nothing. God have mercy on you, Andreas Mailer. Andreas, has the time come for you to leave us? I'm afraid so, Barapiro. This farewell will have to be brief. Barbagino made it clear I was no longer welcome at Kirsau. I pray the time will soften Father Abbott's heart. I hope he eventually realizes you were only trying to help me. This is a sad parting, but inevitable. I had hoped you would stay a bit longer. But the world needs you more than Kirsau does. You have grown beyond this old abbey and become a master in your own right. I will miss you, my son. As I will you. Come, your masterpiece is complete. May I see it one last time before you go? Please, I value your assessment. The opinion of one old monk matters little. All the same, I am excited to see it finished at last. It is a masterpiece, truly worthy of the word. And it appears you took my advice to heart. What advice was that? To put yourself into the work. Not just to interpret another artist's work, but to transform it into something true. This shows the world as it is, as you have seen it, even if it is not what we may want to see. No, it is not my place to say so. I am proud of you, Andreas. What's this? Scrap of parchment. Do not return here. A warning? Whose hand is this? It doesn't look like Brother Adok or Brother Guy's. Brother Florian and I found a similar note in Baron's clothing. I found more notes delivered to others whilst I was investigating. Someone was trying to manipulate him into going to the chapter house in the middle of the night. They must have been written by someone who knew the darkest secrets of this town and the Abbey. They tugged at those secrets to kill the Baron, like someone pulling at threads that had been buried in the past. A frightening thought. Who would do such a thing? I wish I knew. Do not trouble yourself overly about it. Your future lies outside these walls. I hope that you will have time to visit me once or twice in your travels before the Lord takes me. I'm sure we'll meet each other again. Assuming Father Chanot doesn't forbid it. We must have faith the better days lie ahead for all of us. God bless you, Andreas Mayer. Thank you for your friendship. Until next time. There you go. What's all this? Are you alright, Master Andreas? What? Are you alright, Master Andreas? Yes, thank you. I was just remembering him. Trying to, anyway. It doesn't come easily anymore. Oh, would you like me to leave you alone? No, Caspar. It's not necessary. There's nothing to be done about it now. It is too late. Like so many things. Andreas Mailer! I never expected to see your face again. Geez, guy looks like he hasn't changed a bit. Whereas we look older. Have you been in Nuremberg for this last 7 years? No, Nuremberg for a few years, but I received some lucrative commissions abroad. Think about going to affect your character and choices going forward. Press and hold to confirm your choices. Poland. Address notes some Polish, bits of Czech and Hungarian. Can reference cultural touchstones from Krakow, Prague, and Buda. English knows some English and can reference cultural touchstones from London and other parts of Britain. Well, bloody hell, I think we should choose that one. France. Andreas knows some French and reference cultural touchstones from Paris, Tours, and Dijon. I kind of think he knows a bit of French already. Andreas knows some Spanish and bits of Arabic and can reference cultural touches from Barcelona and Valencia. Oh, I'm gonna go bloody British, aren't I? I was in London mostly. I was well received there and received portraits for the nobility and put a note from the merchants. So this is about 15, 20... I think we're in Henry VIII territory. Did you encounter any Jews among your clients? No, though there are rumours of a home for Jewish converts to Christianity in the city. Why? I heard that a handful of physicians were naturalised as citizens after the expulsion. I wondered if they might have found a home in England after their recent ejections from Portugal and Navarre. Sorry. I'm surprised you care at all. In spite of your extensive travels and success, you're still not welcome at Kearsarge. The abbot hasn't forgotten what happened. 7 years isn't all that long. I was just passing my way back from to Nuremberg. I thought I'd stop by. Simply wanted to say my respects to an old friend. Sure you understand that. I understand why Father Abbot expelled you from the abbey. What were you expecting? A hero's welcome? No, but would have been nice. You can expect a mouth with a broken teeth if you don't hold your tongue. Fine. So if I was you now, I'll be staying at the land house in town for a night or two before moving on. The Golden Hand? I'll tell him, but I can't imagine he'll care. Why is he so rude? God bless you. Now, off! For Revolution! June 1525. That monk seemed unhappy to see you, Master Andreas. Why is the abbot so angry with you? Towards the end of my stay in Tassing, there was a murder at Kirsau Abbey. A nobleman. Father Janot panicked and accused my friend, Brother Piero, of committing the crime. You know, it was a long time ago, we don't want to talk about it. Why didn't you mention it before? Well, I suppose it must have been a hard situation if the abbot is still this mad at you. I'm gonna go for that option. I had to make some difficult choices. Maybe they weren't the wrong ones. I've had to live with that. Why did we come here if you're not welcome? I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. And to be honest, I'm not looking forward to returning to Nuremberg. This commission, it's an obscene vanity piece under the pretext of a religious scene. My patrons just want to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread each commission more than the last. Each step I take towards home is agonizing. But, Master, you're famous and rich. Your work is wonderful. Should give him a stupid kid voice. When I saw your altarpiece in Nuremberg, I begged my father to help me become your apprentice. I don't understand how you can accomplish all that and still be unhappy. I know, it must be hard to believe. I was once very much like you. All that I've accomplished is my work, yes. Now I'm left hollow, with nothing else left. Damn. I thought I wanted to be like my father, like my brothers. I thought that was my dream. Okay, choose the first option. Sorry. Once, I wanted this life so much that it consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've really changed, or if what I wanted was never really real. Maybe I've been a fool this whole time. I want life as an artist to be better for you, Caspar. Learn from my mistakes, alright? Oh, alright, Master Andreas? I shouldn't be burning you for such dark thoughts, Caspar. Come on, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long. As you like, Master Andreas. Hello, Andreas. How are you enjoying your stay? Well enough. Perhaps my husband can provide something else to make your stay more enjoyable. Thank you, Hannah. That's very kind. Very nice. Most welcome, Master Mailer. Is there anything else you need? Nope. Until then. Good day, Master Mailer. Ah, Master Mailer, is it? Hello, and welcome to the Golden Hand. I am Nico Berger. I own this land house and run it with my wife Hannah and our son Killian. I believe my boy helped you to your room. Is it to your liking? It's lovely, thank you. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. When you arrived in town, someone of the locals said you lived here a few years back. Yes, and I work for the Abbey as an artist. Ah, I see. I heard you were involved in solving a murder. Yes. Out of necessity. Wrong man was accused of crime. I've heard it was a town stonesman. Revenge for a love affair gone wrong. I don't want to talk about it. I see. My apologies, Master Mela. I will let you on your day. Till later. Till then. Hello, Andreas. Take a look at the map, see how much of the town's changed. Okay. Seems fairly similar. Just do it. You know it's the right thing. I don't understand why this is so hard for you. Although I'm scared. It's dangerous to cross. Dangerous to cross the Albert. Would you prefer the alternative? Oh, you don't need to do that, Otto. I understand. And just say... Andreas? Andreas Mela? It's good to see you again, old friend. Otto, you're looking well. This is my apprentice, Caspar Ziegler, from Salzburg. Good day. Oh, that's that. I thought he might be your son. We don't grow him that fast, even in Nuremberg. They grow fast never around here. Eva and I just had our first, little Otto, although we call them Otts. Congratulations to you both, that's wonderful news. Thank you. It's been a trial with Dad gone, but Clara and Esther help out where they can. I'm sorry to hear about your father. That's life. At least he's with the Lord now, free of his aches and pains. No, Eva wrote to you about my father's death, Andreas. Why didn't you write back? Sorry, things got busy after I left Tassing. Sorry to interrupt, but I should be heading back. It's the farmer jeep guy. I should remember your face, but I can't place it. Martin. It's Martin. Oh, don't trouble yourself. It's me, Martin, remember? Oh yes, you've grown. It's been known to happen with children. Yeah. Much as I love whiling away the hours in the meadow, I have a lot to attend to. Also, I'll see you in the meeting later. Andreas, till later. Good to see you, man. Hang on. So I saw Martin was in this meadow. He was sneezing. Seemed to hate being here. Even his mother cat said he always sneezed when he was in the meadow. Strange. Is it strange, or are you just confused? Am I confused? Are you? Brilliant. Until then. Pain in my house. Something happening in town? I picked an interesting time to visit. Come down the town commons in a while. I think you'll be interested to hear what I have to say. Actually, I was just on my way to see Klaus. Tell him to come too, he's been dragging his feet. Until later. Yeah, we can get back to the mill. Andreas, I had heard you were back in Tassing. God bless you. God bless you, Father Thomas. It's good to see you again. I'm gonna say that. I would hope in the many years since you were with us in Tassing, attending Mass has become a habit. That, I'm sure Master Miller is staying through Sunday. Hopefully this visit will be less eventful than your last. Well, we're gonna find out, aren't we? Tassing has enough going on as it is. We have a bonfire for St. John's Eve tomorrow night. People get up to all sorts for this shift. And then it's my job to hear their confessions in the days that follow. Not to mention the grumbling the peasants are making. That's just talk, brother. No need to scare our guest with such things. I'm sure if there is trouble, Master Maven will be the first to stick his nose in it. And if you're going to break me your nose, I suggest you shut up. I'm just gonna say nothing. I'm gonna leave it. Not gonna do this. It's easy enough for you to come and go. You don't have to live with the consequences. Like the people in town resented the Abbey for Lucky Steiner's death. It's probably contributed to their current agitation. They blame the Abbey for his death, and they should blame you, as you're the one who testified against him. It would simply have been better, everyone, if you had simply allowed Brother Piero to die. After all, he only had a few years left anyway. If that is an option, like, that's a thing you can do. Like, you can just leave it, just not do anything, and Piero just dies, and that's like a bad ending or something. Looks like you have no years left. Stare menacingly at him. Nothing to say for yourself? Friends, there's no need for such ire. Forgive me, Father Thomas. I let my passions get the better of me. Besides, that's not even why I came down here. I actually came to speak to you on the Abbot's behalf, Andreas. Father should know we'd like to invite you to come to the library tomorrow morning if you're interested in purchasing some of our books. The Abbot just had me run off and now he wants me back. I can't know what goes in the mind of the Father Abbot. I just do what he asks. The library is not quite ready yet, as it does not see much use. If you come by in the morning tomorrow, Mother Illuminata can show you what's available. Mother Illuminata? Yes. Mother Cecilia passed a few years ago. How did she die? Peacefully, in her sleep. So, tomorrow morning? Alright, time to expect me. I'm sure he'll be overjoyed. And Andreas, I apologise for my harsh words before. It was rash. Father Piero was a pious man and a skilled artist. We miss him. I appreciate you saying that. I miss him too. Excellent. I'm glad you two were able to work things out. Oh, Father Thomas, do you have a moment to speak inside the church? Yes, I think so. Why? A private matter. Oh, of course. Of course. Until tomorrow. God bless you, Andreas. Andreas. Sorry, class, no, it's been a long time. 7 years. 7 years and nothing from my friend Andreas. First Bert, then Marie just after Madeline was born. I wasn't expecting lengthy replies to my letters, Andreas. But an acknowledgement of their passing would have been nice. Bert died? Aww. I'm sorry, I should have written. Yes, as you should have. Too late for that now, though. Boot, boot, boot. She likes you. Your business seems to have grown. What are you printing? 12 articles. They're originally written by Swabian peasants who were demanding changes from their lords. Freedom from serfdom, freedom to hunt, and use the words as God intended. Freedom from compulsory labour. Abolition of the inheritance tax, fair appraisal of rent, the return of property to common use and ownership. Very rich in Swabia, but their complaints are just as valid as for the peasants of Tasing. The laws may not be just, but they are the laws. I fear for the people of Tasing are putting themselves in peril. They're already in peril. Many of them are becoming desperate. The abbot is squeezing the peasants for years. Now he's squeezing the townsfolk. And we're pushing back. Their cause is righteous, Andreas. If you haven't seen the Gertners lately, you should visit them. And Otto had to print these? Yes. Why? Well, I didn't think he could read. He can't, but just about everyone else in town can. Good for them. He speaks, I print. Just trying to do my part, I suppose. I'm sorry. I'm still in the mood for this late reunion. Come back for dinner tomorrow. You should go to the Commons, hear what Otto has to say. It's worth hearing. I understand. Until later, Klaus. Until then. That's a bummer about Klaus's family. So many people. So many people. Everyone, listen. We all know why we're here. Nothing I'm going to say will be a surprise. Nothing I'm going to say hasn't already been spoken behind closed doors. Whisper to your neighbours. Nothing I'm going to say is untruthful, so it's time we started saying it openly. Year after year, the Abbey has found new ways to tax the peasants. Piece by piece, the Abbey has taken away our rights to use God's forest to support our families. Law after law gets heaped upon us, restrictions on how we can pay rent, limits on where we can move, who we can wed. And now the death tax, which once claimed only our best animal and garment, takes half our estate. No consideration for widows, no consideration for children. What about the town council, the rat house? Surely that is a sign that the abbot wishes to share his power. Listen to our grievances. You have a good heart, Ulrich. You always wanted to see the best in people. But no. The council is a way for the abbot to divide us, to pit a favoured few against the many. This is not a charity. No, no. Only greed and desperation drive Father Jeannot. You think that if the abbot could, he'd steal a dead man's soul from heaven itself. And when we protested, what did Father Jeannot do? He locked the shrine of St. Moritz. He won't allow the people of this town, farmers of this land, to pray before the relic. Now, where we need most the intercession of our saints, the abbot has shut us out. Father Jeannot's actions aren't just. They aren't Christian. We've endured this abuse for far too long. It is time we let the abbot know we won't take it anymore. You're right. Yeah. This has to stop. Stop, this is foolish. Soldiers are already patrolling in nearby towns. If you push against the abbey, you'll incur the Duke's wrath. You could get everyone in town raised and everyone killed. That's right. The Duke is a powerful force in Bavaria. You're playing a dangerous game, Otto. You are no match for trained soldiers. If you don't relent, you'll be ground to dust like the Swabian peasants. We could always grind you up instead, Lionheart. You might be right if there are 80 soldiers about. I don't know about this. I know it's something helpful. We must stand for what's right. God is by our side. Something, etc., etc. Don't be shy. Speak up. You have cause. We were overrun. The peasants of Salzburg were able to take the city and have their cause heard. People at Salzburg can get the Archbishop of Salzburg to listen to them, and we can do the same with the abbot. Master Andreas, you think my family in Salzburg is all right? It's a bit of a good fight, Caspar. Oh no! We can't fight! Use the books! That was enough. We can't stand by while the abbot continues treating us poorly. People over Swabia are taking back their God-given rights. Why shouldn't we do the same? A righteous cause. Martin's right. We deserve better. We can do this. Well spoken, Martin. Everyone ought to consider what he said. Martin has proved dependable these last few years. But if the words of men can't persuade you, perhaps a sign from a greater power will. The abbot may have locked us out of our saint's shrine, but God has shown me what he is with us. I think that's all I should say for now. Thank you all for coming. Good day, Andreas. Clara, it's been too long. It's lovely to see you again. Hello, Andreas. I'm surprised to see you after your long absence from tasting. At this rate, we thought we'd never see you again. What can I say? I missed the Alpine there, and the people, of course. How could you not? We're in the middle of a strange season. Yep. Fall is pretty weird. Ah, you finally got this. The speech is very rousing, Otto. I swear they get better each time. I hope the Duke doesn't catch word of this, Otto. The town could suffer for it. Yeah, that seems more... I'm trying to think of the right term. Nice? We're past the point of caring, Mela. It's a better term I want to say if I couldn't remember what I couldn't think of it. If you're in our position, you understand that. You're right, it's not my place to judge, I'm just concerned. It's appreciated, but we know the risks. Also, did you really see the sign from God? Is that true? It is, Andreas, I swear. Come talk to me later. I'll tell you what I can, alright? Anyway, Andreas, you and yours should come by the house for supper. We'd be delighted to have you. That sounds wonderful, Clara. We'll be there. Pow. Vesper's time. Hello, Andreas. Hey, Andreas. Hello, Andreas. Good to see you back in town. Hello, Veronica. How have you been? Oh, you know, pulled every which way. Mum's been a cow about when I'll give her grandchildren. As if I'm not doing enough work already. You're married now? Oh yeah, I guess you wouldn't know. Big Georg and I were married 2 springs back. Congratulations to you both. Thanks. Now Mum's nagging me about when we'll have kids. It's good to set yourself up for the future, Veronica. You shouldn't rush something as important as having children. That's what they keep telling her. Maybe you should talk to her, Andreas. If it comes from someone as successful as you, maybe she'll pay attention. Anyway, I should go back to work. We're all preparing for the festival. I'll leave you to it. Until later, Veronica. See you later, Andreas. Hello again, Andreas. We're about to sit down for supper. Care to join? Be my pleasure. It is truly a blessing to have everyone back together again, if only briefly. Keep an eye on that boy of yours, Andreas. See that he minds how much he takes. Young boys eat too goddamn much. Peter, stop that. Andreas is our guest. Why don't you lead some grace? Fine. Bless us, O Lord, and these, your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. We pray again for our beloved Christine, God now these many years. Please help me protect my family in these difficult times. Through Christ, our Lord. Amen. Amen. Master Andreas, why are we the only ones with bread? The Guttons can't afford a lot of bread. They're being polite. Andreas, it's so good to have you at our table again. And with your another guest, this young man, your assistant? Castaway, yes, he's my apprentice. Ah, that would explain why I saw him writing in that little journal. I remember you did the same thing when you lived here. Do you still draw in your journal, Andreas? Oh, sometimes when the mood strikes. Wouldn't that be nice, Jorg? If we only had to work when the wind took us. And we toil all day, despite that, and that despicable abbot is starving us while he sips on the sacramental fucking wine. Lay off him, Dad, he only just got here. How have the fates been treating you these last few years? Ugh. The Lord is testing us with another hard season, I'm afraid. It's the only way to say it. Been miserable as shit all around. Oh no. They're all sick. They're all gonna die at the end of the season. Maybe you should be resting, Grandpa. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna do it sitting at my own goddamn table. The whole family's been ill, Andreas. Peter, his father, and Ursula all living like you. And me, well... Clara lost a child in childbed a year ago now. Tragedy. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you, Andreas. It was some time ago, but, well... Such things linger. It was monstrous. Monstrous. Surely a child is with... Don't think about it, just keep the conversation going. You're already thinking about it. Please leave me alone, just for a while. Alright, just for a while. Seems the Lord rarely looks on tassing any longer. That's why it's time for us to take matters into our own hands. We're eating, not the table. Please, can we not talk about this now? Let me eat my pottage! York here was married while you were away, Andreas. Yes, I heard. You and Veronica make a good match, York. Huh. Thanks. York has been good to me. There aren't many other options in testing anyway. It's been a couple of springs, but I'm still not used to being married. Congratulations, York. I'm happy for you. Thanks, Andreas. It's been our one blessing in the dark season. With children soon to come, I hope. Ha 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 ha. What? I don't get it. Do you? Oh, forget it, Ursula. What have you been up to, Andreas? Foreign patrons are... Hang on. What should I say? My life is so far from theirs now. Don't even waiting. Can't think of anything. Leave me alone. Though, I think you're going to say something. Nuremberg is made around painting and commission, but painters are paying to be added. So it's taking ages to finish. Oh, pa. I'm not interested in tales of your charmed city life. Ursula, maybe you should excuse yourself and rest. You're sick. But Mom, I'm still hungry. Here, Ursula, you can have mine. It's not fair that nobody else gets any bread besides Master Andreas and me. Stop! Ursula, give it back to him. I'm not saying we have people in this town saying we can't feed our goddamn guests. Besides, we all have work to get back to, don't we? Good. Time to get back to it, Andreas. We'll see you and your boy later. My apologies for the means overstep airway. It's alright, Andreas. He's just in a bad mood. It was lovely to see you again. Thank you for coming, Andreas. Will you be staying for St. John's Eve? I think so. Good. Hopefully we'll see you later. Until then. Right, let's get back to the Golden Hand, and I think we will wrap this up. Nope, can't go that way. I have made that mistake twice already. The sin of Saul! The sin of Saul! Master, do you hear that? It sounded like someone crying out. I think it's Sister Amelie. She's a mystic. She may be having one of her visions. Sister Amelie, are you alright? The Philistines! This is the hand of God! Compline. Compline. Sister, is something happening at Compline? Compline? It's Compline right? It's Compline right now! No! Sister Amelie? You're the artist, Andreas. You're right, sister? I'm tired. Was I talking? You're having a vision. You mentioned the sword, Philistines, and the Compline. Oh, I wish Father Thomas was here. Would you like Casper to go get him? If he could, yes. His house is just around the corner. Casper, run and get Father Thomas. Yes, Master. Yes, Master Andreas. Your son? That's kind of leading in a way I kind of want to find out. What if No, it's alright. You don't have to explain. I have a little advice for mothers and fathers. My world is one of spirits, decoupled from the march of life and death. I see and hear your world turning from this little window. They are mercifully small glimpses. Mercifully small? This still allows me to contemplate mysteries without the noise of the outside world polluting my thoughts. Your world is a world of normal lives and normal thoughts. It can be difficult to hear the divine, much less make sense of it. I have no will to be part of that world. I strive to have no will at all, but to subordinate myself to the will of God. When my will is his will, he graces me with visions, confusing though they may be. Must be frustrating, surely it could be interpreted with scripture. I kind of want to pick that in sort of Andreas' sort of smart arsey way, but must be frustrating. It is a struggle, but it is not frustrating. My vision's a gift from God. I am blessed to receive them. I must have patience, seek counsel in Father Thomas, and accept that not everything will be revealed to me. Sister, what is that hole in the ground? My grave. What? I dug it before Farmer Thomas read me my funeral rites. Before I was enclosed here, I dig a little more in it each day. What? Most people find it shocking, but this is my devotion, my vocation. When someone finds their calling, they must answer it fully. What if the calling is wrong? I wish I could give a helpful answer, but I don't know. I felt that this was my calling even before I could admit it to myself. Is your calling in question, Andreas? Is your life? Both, I think. I've lost my love. My love for art, love for family, love for anything. The last 7 years have been hard. It was all too much for me. Don't lose hope, Andreas. The human heart is no small thing. It can hold so much. Andreas, thank you for sending Casper. She asked for you. You're right, Sister Amelie. Yes, Father. I may have had another vision. Andreas and I spoke at the sin of Saul, Philistines, and Compline. What do you think it means, Father? Andreas, Casper, could you excuse us? We appreciate your help, but I must tend to her now in the church. Of course, Father. Good evening. Master Andreas, confused. What does it all mean? I'm not sure, but last time I heard Sister Emily had a vision, it was just before the Baron was murdered. What? Do you think Sister Emily be receiving warnings? It's easy to think that, especially after the fact, but I was only present for one murder and one possible vision. But what if there's another murder? If that happens, I can revise my opinion. Come, Caspar, let's retire for the evening. Take his boots off. Is he still sleeping with his boots on? Weird. Anyway, so with that, I think we're going to call it for the day. So, the plot will thicken, and I'm sure there will be other crimes, maybe more murders to solve. Next time we play some more Pentiment. So yeah, so we'll come back to that next time. So thank you for joining me for the stream today. Whether it's for the whole thing, whether it's for 5 minutes. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I think we got through a lot of plot today, which was cool. Anyway, we will see you next time. I feel like I'm missing something. I think I'm missing that I'm meant to say, but I can't remember what it is. So it probably isn't important. Anyway, as always, have a good week. And remember, au revoir, baby.